Yep, so let's talk about why rituals are important. We are a planet of ritual. We are a planet of cycles. And our bodies have evolved over millions of years with cycles of Earth. Our DNA, no, you can't, no, cats. Then we have the moon and all of the phases, and then we have the sun and the 24-hour cycles, and then we have the seasons. There's so much more going on, you know, than we know. But we are an animal of rituals and cyclical events. But more than that, we are human. And part of the nature of being human is our consciousness, but also our sentience and self-awareness. We are ourself watching the self. The awareness of what we do and don't have. Most of all, the awareness of the past and the future. So if you see, like my cats, I'll let them out on the back deck and then I'll shut the door completely, but you don't see them freak out over the fact that they are powerless to get back in because I have the cat door locked and closed. They don't freak out about the future. They live very much in the moment. It is the bulk of our mental illness that we can't live in the present moment, and because of this, if we had nothing to anchor us, because we are constantly aware of the past and the future, we would never know where we are and we would float aimlessly. And I know a lot of autistic people have trouble with time management, clocking time, living time, the passing of time. I happen to be almost savant about it. But people who have a hard time understanding how much time has gone by, like I know ADD, ADHD people also have that issue, tend to have a lot more anxiety. Because if you're aware of the passing of time and you are very aware of the past and the future, but you can't figure out how much time has passed, it's very disorienting and very unsettling. But even if you had a good job, had money, and you were in a safe country, there's still an odd feeling and this unsettling feeling when all of your routines have been shaken up. Now, it's bad for people like me, for autistic people, but I tend to be okay with it, but most aren't. But even if you are not neurodiverse, it is part of being human to need some sense of order. Unless you were severely abused and you grew up in chaos, then you probably live with anxiety every single day because you have yet to create order in your life, and you're living with a lot of chaos and you're attracted to the chaos. And this addiction to chaos is keeping you mentally ill until you can learn to be still, be alone, and finally seat yourself in your place on the planet. And it causes anxiety. And so we as humans require ritual. And what rituals do is they help us honor the past, the future, and the present moment. They help us anchor. So Amanita, if any entheogen is a ritualistic entheogen, it has to be the Amanita. Not just the actual use of it. I would say ayahuasca probably has the title for actual ritualistic use when you actually use it. But as far as honoring it annually and it being a ritual that is celebrated, I think that this mushroom is the icon for tradition, ceremony, gratitude, celebration, and ritual in every way. And it is in folklore that way. It is celebrated in art that way. It is waited for that way. It is harvested as ritual. And so it is about the ancestors. It is about joy and youth. And it is about celebration and ritual. And if any entheogen anchors the past and the future, it's Amanita. And so for me, I see rituals like this. There's 4 types of rituals. There's tradition, where, well, you know what tradition is. Celebration, gratitude, and creation. So we have traditions that some of us don't like. Rituals have an anchor in the zodiac, in the sky, and in the stars and the planets. Some rituals are just about creation, needing to anchor. It's not anyone's marking their year. It's not anyone's marking their rite of passage. It's not a solstice or a celestial event, but we need more anchoring of time. And so we create something to celebrate, to mark, or to ritualize. If you have realized that you've gotten depressed, or you've gotten panic-ridden, or you've gotten lazy and you've gotten scattered, and you've let a lot of things go, you haven't attended a function, you haven't done something to celebrate on your own for something, if you've let a lot of your traditions go because you fell out of your religion or your family of origin, or you've lost a family, if you've gotten to a place from loss, from taking care of yourself, from saying no, from moving on and making your life better, and you've found yourself in a place where you've lost all of the rituals and traditions you were given, then it is extremely important for your mental health that you start creating these types of rituals. So I want to ask you to take this seriously. If you don't have a daily ritual, at least one, a weekly ritual, at least one, a monthly ritual, at least one, a biannual, at least twice a year ritual, and a yearly ritual, and you are struggling, I can promise you that is part of why you're struggling. And even if you're depressed, especially if you're depressed, especially if you have anxiety, you need to start creating these rituals basis. And if you've gotten nothing from my channel, I think that you have seen me engage in regular celebration. So, I love you, beautiful people. And thanks again for being here with me on this fantastic journey. Bye.